question? Why are kids so sick? Why are we the sickest nation in the history of the world from chronic disease?
Well, let's get into it because I worked for these industries and I got an answer for you. And again, I've been learning a lot from you, so excuse me if I'm repeating some of the stuff you've been evangelizing better than anyone. But I'll tell you from my perspective, it is happening for a very simple reason: that the largest and fastest industry in the United States, the healthcare industry, again, largest and fastest growing. It's hard to wrap your head around. Every lever of that industry makes more money when kids are sicker and loses money when they learn metabolically healthy habits. The insurance industry, through the 15% medical loss ratio, they can only take their 15%. They have an incentive for costs to go up because they can raise premiums to get their 15%. So they actually want people to be sicker. Hospitals make money on interventions. Pharma has created the greatest.
Let me explain that a little too,
Yeah.
because I was trying to figure this out at one point because I was trying to meet with insurance executives and say, look,
Right.
I can show you that these particular medical interventions, certain of the vaccines were actually causing higher costs in the long run. And that, the insurance companies were incentivizing people to take them. And I went to them with data, and an insurance executive said to me, listen, the truth, because I thought naively that insurance companies would make more money if people were healthier, if their clients were healthier. They'd have to pay less costs. And I thought this is the one industry that could save us from pharma, because pharma, of course, obviously wants us all sick. The regulatory agencies want us all sick because they get more powerful. But you'd think the insurance industry would be counterbalance that, because they have to pay more money when people get sick. And this insurance executive said to me, he said, listen, we get richer the sicker people are. And he said, I said, how is that possible? And he said, well, if you're Lloyd's of London and you insure against shipwrecks, is it better for you if there's one shipwreck a year, or is it better for you if there's 500 shipwrecks a year? And I said, one. He said, no, it's 500. Because they're making money on the premiums and on the friction. And the more catastrophes there are, the more are paid in premiums into that system. And that's where they make their money. So it's actually better for the insurance industry that all of our kids are sick. And that's one of the, contributors.
100%. I think even public health experts, as we both talk to, still don't understand that fundamental incentive. Still I hear very smart people from Harvard with a Harvard degree saying, oh, insurance, they'll be an ally. No, they're not an ally. So when I say every institution, I literally mean every hospital.
Go through all the institutions.
Insurance companies, hospitals make more money on interventions. They make more money when kids are chronically ill, coming in again and again and again for interventions, eventually leading, like my mom and the majority of other Americans, to something seriously life-threatening. Pharmaceutical companies have created the greatest profit maximizing engine in human history, which is chronic disease. Chronic diseases, as you point out regularly, are just a beautiful invention economically because the person stays sick for their lives. They don't die, but they live a much more tortured, much more depressed, much more infertile often life, racking up many comorbidities. When my mom at 70 years old was on 5 medications before a cancer diagnosis, her primary care provider said she was healthy. She was on, at 5 medications, less than the average 70-year-old. And she was actually complimented by her doctor. So this idea, right,